It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's WrestleMania! That's never singing again on here. That was not good. Anyway, it's WrestleMania season, so we're going to talk about it today in a prediction video. My name's Nick Johansson, as always. How are y'all doing? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe this video down below. Helps us out a lot going forward. Yeah, new equipment, new stuff's going on. I'm excited, so let's just jump into it with some WrestleMania 33 predictions. As you all know, this Sunday it's happening. It's going down. It's hopefully not going to be disappointing. I have a big feeling it's going to be very disappointing. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so we have the Andre the Giant Battle Boyle Royal, the Boyle Royal of 2017. So yeah, basically this should be a jumping off point for a new superstar of a certain stature, and that's it. Braun Strowman's winning. He should win. Sami Zayn could win, but I don't really feel like that gives to his story at all. I kind of feel like we're gonna start moving into a Sami Zayn AJ Styles trade. I feel so. This kind of leads towards that of him coming up just a little bit short, and I feel like him and Braun could take a different kind of way to the top of their respective divisions on different brands, and then maybe in 3 years' time we climax the story to a crescendo. But yeah, I feel like Braun Strowman's winning this. It just makes sense, have him beat Big Show in Big Show's possible last WrestleMania match. You got to have Big Show go out with somebody else winning, so have that happen. It makes the most sense out of anything, really, or mainly anything on the card so far. So the only other thing that's being advertised for the pre-show at this point is Neville versus Austin Aries, which I think Neville has to win. I know, 2 heels, right? What's wrong with me? Braun's not really a heel, and this is a smarky crowd normally. So I'm taking Neville here because Neville's transcended the Cruiserweight division. He's kind of put it on his back, if you will. And the Flying Centaur has just done a great job. Austin Aries will come and get his due eventually, probably at the next pay-per-view, but that's here or there. We'll get to that later. I just feel like Austin Aries doesn't need this moment, whereas Neville has earned this moment. So give it to Neville. Just let him have it. It makes sense. But yeah, the other pre-show match that was scheduled for the pre-show was the Women's Championship match for SmackDown. It's been scrapped to the regular show. Well, it's been pushed up to the regular show because of the dismay of the IWC. So thank you. Good job. Y'all did great on that. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, but yeah, so next we have, let's just go ahead and cover that one. Why not? I think this is going to be Mickie James coming out party, winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. Makes sense with her and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, you could have Naomi win it, but hometown crowds normally don't get what they want anyway, so let's go ahead and have Mickie James do it, kind of solidify her coming back. It builds towards her story of turning face against Alexa Bliss going forward. You can have some new, fresh matches, and it makes the most sense. Again, I'm just going with what makes sense going forward with my predictions more so than what I want to happen. If it were up to me, I would say Alexa Bliss retains, but I think Mickie James wins. Okay, so now I'm on Wikipedia, and it's just all out of order. It's all out of order. Anyway, let's have the, I feel like the ladder matches always open the main card because it has with the IC championships. Let's go ahead and stick with that with Gallows Anderson, the champions, going up against Shamu and Cesaro, up against Enzo and Big Cass, and it's going to be their coronation, of course. This is going to be Enzo and Cass winning. Again, makes the most sense going forward. I could see them giving it to Shamu and Cesaro. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to build their story up to build the tag division up, which is great. I think they should do that. But Gallows and Anderson have kind of been just hit or miss, and more so miss than hit. So I feel like this is going to be Enzo and Big Cass's coronation of reigning over the tag division on Raw. And this is the crowd to do so, whereas I think it should have been done 4 months ago. Do it now, and it's strike while the iron's hot again, because you can automatically bring it back to relevance with the tag team championship win at WrestleMania of all places. Watching my time, and that's really cool. Okay, Ambrose and Corbin. We have Baron Corbin's against Ambrose's Dean. This is a toss-up, and I don't know who would win, really, because it's one of those that feels like it goes with the show of like, okay, how many faces do you have that have won so far? How many heels do you have that one of so far? So I feel like it's one of those things about with the placement of it will really tell who's going to win this match. I think it has to be Baron Corbin. Ambrose really hasn't felt like a champion, and his trajectory since he's lost the WWE Championship has just been on the downward spiral, in my opinion. I feel like him and Renee Young versus Miz and Maurice would have been a really cool WrestleMania match. Really cool dynamic since we had gotten that before. And I feel like if Cena and Nikki, if Cena would have got Undertaker, we would have had that match. But going with Baron Corbin, I think you have to kind of solidify him as an upper tier talent at this point, which he already is. And he's been right there on the cusp of the main event scene, but I really think this is going to propel him forward to become a bigger star in the future. And this is one of those things where you can look back, be like, okay, well, his first WrestleMania, he won the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial Royal. It's so hard to think about and say at the same time. There's so many words. Andre the Giant Tournament, he won that. And then you can have the next year that he won the IC Championship. So that if he's in a prevalent position next year, you'd be like, well, now he's vying for the World Championship. And it makes sense because of that progression that he's had, where he's just getting better and better. So I think that works for storyline sake going forward. It works for Baron Corbin, and it works for Dean Ambrose. Because he can always get his face heat back. It won't be an issue. Let's just go ahead and have, I don't want to do SmackDown back-to-back, so let's have Jericho Owens. Jericho has to win. I mean, he has to, and it goes to the point of, this is a story, and you're building towards the story. I want Owens to win. I would love for Kevin Owens to come out there and just destroy Chris Jericho, but that's going to happen the Monday night after Raw. I think this is going to be Jericho using wily veteran skills to offset Kevin Owens' temperament and win the match in some wily fashion. It'll work for him, it'll work for this match, and it'll work for the story that's been told. He gets out of the skin of his teeth, and next night on Raw, we have Kevin Owens come out and just flatten Jericho. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what should happen. It's a story that's being told, and it's a story that we're being dealt with. Next, we have John Cena, Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Man, this is one of those toss-up ones, because, you need Cena to win if he's going to propose to Nikki. But at the same time, you want Miz to win this match, and I'm going to go with The Miz. I think Miz and Maurice, they're going to be the ones that are sticking around. This is Nikki Bella's possible last WrestleMania match ever, possibly her last match ever. And for her to go out looking up at the lights, taking a pin, 1, 2, 3, especially her. If she takes the pin, that's a huge story being told right there in front of us. So I think that's what needs to happen. Maurice needs to pin Nikki. I think it gives a lot of heel heat on Miz and Maurice. They can scurry out of the ring. John Cena comes in with a box, proposes. You still have, they lost, but then you can pick it up right there immediately after. I think that's what needs to happen. I think Miz and Maurice need the heel heat going forward. They're going to be there, whereas Cena's going to be on red carpets, shooting movies. He's going to get a lot more outside deals coming up soon, which good for him. He deserves it. He's turning into a really good actor, and he's becoming more charismatic as he gets older in age, which is great. And Nikki Bella needs to really kind of, take care of herself at this point. Neck injuries are nothing to scoff at, and it's not fun to deal with. So I hope she has a great retirement, and this is a good way to do that. And it would be a good WrestleMania moment in the moment of Miz winning, and then also having superseding that, the proposal would be great. So, let's move on to Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax. Nia Jax does not need to be in this match. She is basically there for Sasha Banks to win, and I'm picking Sasha Banks because she's going to use Nia Jax as her pawn in this match to kind of take control of everything and everybody in the last second, take control of the situation and win. Next night on Raw, I feel like we're going to have her in the ring as champion, give a heartfelt speech. Bayley comes out, and she gets annoyed with Bayley and just destroys her. I feel like there's going to be a lot of destroying on Raw, but not so much as WrestleMania. Hopefully it's a good match. I feel like anything with Charlotte at this point is going to be a phenomenal match. I don't think she could put on a bad match. Bayley, on the other hand, there's moments and times where I'm super into the character, and then there's a lot more times where I'm not into the character. At this point, I'm not into her as champion. I feel like they rushed the championship belt onto her. I feel like this could have been the crowning achievement of that at WrestleMania, her versus Charlotte one-on-one. But maybe they don't feel like they have a lot into her yet either, and they want to just kind of wait and prolong and build these two careers up, and then have them, go at it maybe a year from now one-on-one, have that big, huge match then, and kind of build their characters up. So far, I'm just not into the Bayley character. I feel like Sasha can push Bailey and make her a little bit better. I feel like Sasha can push Charlotte and make her even better. And that would give a good dynamic and a more fresh dynamic if Sasha's the heel and Charlotte's the face. I kind of want to see that. So, with that, I'm going with Sasha winning the championship, having her third or fourth title reign. Just don't let Charlotte win it yet because we don't need her being a 10-time champion that quick. Okay. Next, we have Shane O'Mac versus AJ Styles. AJ's got to win. Unless, and this is what I was thinking, and keep this in mind. Unless we see Shane back behind stage, he's getting ready for the match, prepping maybe an hour or two beforehand or in the pre-show, and we see him get Onslaught destroyed by AJ. Then you can have somebody like from NXT, like a Bobby Roode, like a Shinsuke, like a Cassius Ohno come up and kind of take his place. I don't see that happening. I feel like there's been too much kind of pushed onto the Shane O'Mac, AJ Styles winding road, if you will. So I feel like we're going to have AJ come out on top in this match. I feel like it's just going to be a bunch of, he's going to kind of bully his way around the match a little bit, and then we're going to see Shane try to take some opportunities. But all in all, I think we're going to see a Styles clash probably off the top rope, which will scare the hell out of me, but it'll be a cool moment for WrestleMania. It will solidify AJ as kind of being, he talks a lot of trash, but he can back it up. We also have Shane O'Mac, who, won't take shit from anybody, but can also back his own words up and do what he needs to do when it's there and it needs to be dealt with. So I feel like AJ's going to win, hopefully, and then maybe this can be, he was a little bit too aggressive during the match, so they're going to send him over to Raw, and then you can have the Sami Zayn AJ Styles switch, which I hope happens because that would be beautiful. All right, Seth Rollins, Triple H. Kind of the same, not really the same story, but kind of the same preface. Although this match is no disqualification. So I feel like we're going to see Samoa Joe. I feel like we're going to see Kevin Owens. And I feel like, and I know this is kind of oddball, I feel like we're going to see a third member of this new evolution. It should be Sami Zayn. It should be Sami Zayn. He should be the third member of this Evolution faction. He should be the guy that's kind of like the archetype, that's kind of like the Seth Rollins type. I think that's what needs to happen. And I would love for that to happen, for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to be so back-assward and have this huge history and then put it to the side because they want to wreak havoc on the WWE. I would think that's a great story to tell. I would love for it to happen. I don't think it will. Fingers crossed it does. But yeah. Triple H winning this match. You got to build to a more broader story, and I feel like that's going to happen more towards SummerSlam. So Triple H wins. I feel like Seth Rollins is going to get his due in a regular, normal match. There's no way he should win this match or come close to it. It should be destruction, destruction, destruction. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. There might not even be a pin in this match. If it's not a sanctioned match, I don't know how you win it. So maybe we're just going to see a lot of blood. Or fake blood. Whatever. Yeah. So next we have Undertaker versus Reigns, which has been debated about being put on last, which it should not be. Dude, Roman Reigns needs to win this match in 5 seconds. That's what it needs to be. It needs to be Undertaker has a 5-minute long entrance and Roman Reigns is staring him down the entire time. Bell rings, Superman punch, waits for him to get up, and he kind of lackadaisically gets up. He can't really pull himself to muster to get up, and you see it, and the fans hate it. And they're going to eat it up. And that's what you got to do. You got to tell a story. And that's the story that should be told. Is that Undertaker needs to be put down. That's it. Not Undertaker like the person. Undertaker the character. That's the story that needs to be told here. Is that he can't get back up even from one punch. So what do? You set him up for a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns walks out without even looking at the crowd. That's what needs to happen. That's a story that needs to be told. That's what I want to see. I hate that. I absolutely hate that because I know more than anyone else don't like the Roman Reigns character, but I feel like if you're going to make it interesting and you're going to put him in a heel persona or even more of a, just have him with an attitude, I feel like that's what you have to do at this point. You have to kind of get some heat on him somehow, and that's the way to do it. Don't let this match drag out and be boring. End it quick. Do what Roman said he was going to do. And just make him look like a badass, because I feel like you can at this point. That's all I got to say about that, because I know I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for that one. But that's what I hope happens. Just put the Undertaker out of his misery. Have him have soak it all in and relish it, and put his arm up at the end and all that, and then just have Roman Reigns come in and blast him again. Just don't do that. Okay. Next we have, I'm going to go ahead and put Orton Wyatt next. Now, I hope that Luke Harper plays some pivotal role in this match. I just hope it isn't for Wyatt. I hope it's for Orton, and I hope we move towards something where it's unique and a good storytelling, and I hope that's what happens. And I don't know that it will. I hope it's not just an RKO out of nowhere, and then 1, 2, 3, we're done. I hope it's Luke Harper comes in. It looks like he's going to hit a discus clothesline on Orton and pick up the win for Wyatt. But lo and behold, he hits Wyatt, and then he holds up Orton's hand at the end. Orton is now the new Wyatt family leader. You have Rowan come out at the same time, pledge his allegiance to Orton. That's a great story to tell, and I feel like the SmackDown writers can do a great service to that going forward. I feel like you can bring in Bo Dallas for Wyatt, kind of have them make this brotherly thing a real ordeal, and have Wyatt versus Wyatt. I mean, that would be great, in my opinion. They haven't strayed away from showing that Randy Orton has some power of something. So why not just double down and make this story something great and something that can really broaden as we move on to the next couple of weeks or months or pay-per-views. It just makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to go with Orton winning, but with the help of Luke Harper or even an Eric Rowan, or even a sister Abigail, which would be really unique. Be really unique and a really good story to tell. So next, the final match that I think should go on last is Goldberg Lesnar. Okay, so I just did this with the Roman Undertaker match. Double down on it, do it again. I feel like this is one of those where you have Lesnar Goldberg. I feel like it's going to be a big fight feel. It should be the last match to go on. It's going to piss a lot of people off. But hey, that's what gets the sports entertainment world talking. You had the Lesnar Orton match that got a lot of people talking, got a lot of eyes to the product. That's what you want on a WrestleMania event. That's what you want on a SummerSlam event. That's what happened. You want that on Survivor Series when Goldberg beat Lesnar in, a minute, 20-something seconds? You have eyes on the product because of those shock value moments, and this should be a shock value moment. And it's a story that's been told of, we have Goldberg beating Lesnar in less than a minute and a half. So what do you do here? You have Lesnar beat Goldberg in less than a minute and a half. You have Goldberg enter the ring. You have both their names being spoken by the announcer, JoJo, whoever, Chimmel, he's not around anymore. Who cares? You have somebody, lay it down that this is going to be this match for the championship. Here's blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Bell rings. You literally have Lesnar just staring down Goldberg. You have Goldberg try to go for a spear. Lesnar steps out of the way. Maybe he hits the turnbuckle. Maybe Lesnar just picks him up and hits him with the F5. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's all you need. If you want to double down on it, triple down on it, you do it again. Have Lesnar pick up the withering, but still defying, or even have Goldberg kick out at 2. Have him pick him up again. Another F5. Have Goldberg kick out one more time at 2 3/4. Have another F5. 3 F5s takes out Goldberg. And I only say that because we've had reports come out that Goldberg hasn't taken a lot of bumps in his training. He hasn't taken any bumps. So it scares the shit out of me that we're not going to have a match. We're just going to have a onslaught like we've had. I feel like 1 minute, 30 seconds is what we're going to get. It's a story that's been told. It's a story that needs to be told. Again. So that's what I think is going to happen at WrestleMania. I feel like Goldberg is going to walk out after eating 1 to 3 F5s in less than 5 minutes. So who knows if that's what's going to happen, but let me know down below what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. As always, I'm Nick Johansson, and this has been my WrestleMania 33 predictions. Be interesting to see what the Raw after WrestleMania looks like. What call-ups we're going to get. What surprises we're going to see. Are we going to get Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero? Are we going to get a Bullet Club thing? Are we going to get AJ Styles to Raw? Who knows? I think I'm always more excited for the Raw after Mania and the SmackDown after Mania than I am for actually WrestleMania. And WrestleMania with all 72 hours of its coverage in one day, which I don't know how they're going to do that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, I will catch you in the next video, probably for a WrestleMania review. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.